Good afternoon, students. So with the continuation of the previous video, let's discuss the another important topic of the chapter tissue, that is epidermis. So first of all, you should know that what is epidermis and what are its characteristics. So you should know the outermost layer of the plant is known as the epidermis. So like in our body, the skin is the outermost covering. Same in the plants, the skin, the outermost covering of the plant is known as the epidermis. So it covers the entire surface of the plant and protects the all parts of the plant. So under topic epidermis, we will discuss about the various modifications of epidermis. So it's not only meant for the protection, but there are certain other functions which are performed by the epidermis. For example, it protects in desert plants, it protects the plant from the loss of excess water, especially when there is a scarcity of water. So there is a modification of epidermis to which we call cuticle. Then the stomata, which are the modified epidermal cells meant for gaseous exchange. Then root hairs, again modified epidermal cells for the absorption of water and minerals from the soil. Then cork for protection, which is again the modified epidermis. So these all are the topics which we gonna discuss today in my lecture. So first of all, you should know that the epidermis is made up of single layer of cells. So it's a single layer. If you will cut the section of the stem and will observe it under the microscope, you will find that there is a single layer of the cells as a outermost covering in plants, to which we call epidermis. So most of the epidermal cells are relatively flat with thicker edges because their outer and side walls are thicker, and as they play protective role, so all the cells are in continuity without any intercellular spaces. So even in desert plants, they can be much thicker for preventing the water loss, especially during the water scarcity. So first you should know what is epidermis, the outermost covering of the plants. Then you should know about the characteristics. Now let's move to the modification of the epidermis. The first one is the cuticle. If you have ever seen the leaf of the lemon, you will find that the leaf of the lemon is very shiny. The outer covering is very shiny and waterproof. It's nothing but the waxy covering of the substance known as the cutin, which is a waxy substance, and that waxy substance, to which I am saying cutin, is released by the epidermis towards the outer side, and this waxy layer is known as the cuticle, which prevents the loss of water and prevents the plant from desiccation. So under microscope, if you will take the part of the leaf, you will find that just after the epidermis towards the before epidermis, that is the outermost covering, is the cuticle, which is a waxy layer. So in desert plants, it's very helpful for preventing the loss of water. So it has waterproof quality, and in that waxy cuticle, the material which is present, it is the cutin. So this is the one of the first modification of the epidermis. Now let's move to the another modification of epidermis, to which we call stomata. So here you can see this is the part of the leaf seen under the microscope. So that's how under the microscope you can study the stomata. Stomata are the tiny pores present on the surface of leaves. This is the pore, which is guarded by the two kidney bean shaped cells, to which we call guard cells. And the green structures, rounded structures present inside the guard cells are nothing but the chloroplast. So if we look at the diagram, guard cells regulating the opening and closing of the stomata. In each guard cell there are many chloroplasts, and there is one nucleus. Its inner margin is thicker, its outer margin is thinner. So when water goes into the guard cells, these guard cells get turgid, and due to their turgidity or due to their swelling, the stomatal pore gets open. And when water moves out through the guard cells, then these guard cells get flaccid, and due to their flaccidity, the stomatal pore gets closed. And you should know that guard cells are meant for exchange of gases and for the transpiration. And transpiration is the loss of water in the form of water vapors through stomata present on the leaves. So plants remove excess water through the stomata, and the plants which require carbon dioxide for photosynthesis, they take that carbon dioxide from the atmosphere through stomata. So this is the another modification of epidermis. Now let's move to the another modification of the epidermis, that is the root hair. You know that if you will observe the roots, you will find there are many fine branches of the roots under the soil. The root divides into further several branches, and finally on the fine branches there are fine hair like structures which are the modified epidermal cells. Those fine hairs increase huge absorptive surface area and helps in absorption of water and minerals from the soil. So root hairs are meant for increasing the surface area and for absorption of the water and minerals from the soil. And root hairs are nothing but the modified epidermal cells. The epidermal cells forms outgrowth in the form of root hairs. So you look here, if I can show you the diagram, this is the section of the stem. Even on the stem you can see that some epidermal cells form outgrowth. Here these are also the stem hairs. Similar hair cells are present on the root, where the epidermal cell form the outgrowth and form the hairs. Hairs increase the surface area and helps in absorption of water and minerals. So first of all you should know about what is epidermis, then you should know about the characteristics of epidermis, then the modifications. Number one, cuticle, that what is cuticle and what waxy substances they are in the cuticle, what is its function, that how it is helpful in the desert plants. Then you should know what are stomata, and you should know how to draw the diagram of the open stomata. This is the open stomata and this is the closed stomata. And you should know about the important functions of the stomata. This is one of the most important question of this chapter, tissue. And then you should know about the importance of root hairs in root, that how they increase the surface area and helps in the absorption of the water. Now let's move to the another topic, that is the another modification of the epidermis, that is the cork. When the plant grows laterally, at that time the outermost covering known as the epidermis gets broken down. In the young stem, the outermost covering is the epidermis, no doubt, but when it gets older, it gets increased laterally, and at that time the epidermis gets broken down, and when the stem becomes woody, at that time epidermis is replaced by another multi-layered dead structure to which we call cork. So cork, if you look at, this is the part of the young stem under the microscope where there is a outermost covering as epidermis. But when the stem gets older and woody, at that time epidermis gets ruptured, broken down. So the underlying tissue gets exposed to the atmosphere. So just to prevent the underlying soft tissue, the epidermis is replaced by a multi-layered dead structure to which we call cork. And cork has a one particular waterproofing substance to which we call suberin. So here it is mentioned that cork has a chemical substance called suberin which is impervious to gases and water. So nothing can pass through the cork, which is a multi-layered. No parasite can enter into the plant through cork. So cork is not only protective in function, but it also provides support against the mechanical injury and also for the temperature extremes. So it also prevents the loss of water by evaporation through stomata. So cork in the plants in the older stem plays very important role. Here you can see this is the section of the stem. A part of the stem has shown here. So here you can see the outermost is the epidermis. Later on, this epidermis, which is present in the young plants is replaced by multi-layered cork. So there is a one particular question related to this, that is the outer layer of branch of a tree different from the outer layer of young stem? For that you will write down the answer that in the young stem epidermis is there, but once the stem gets older, at that time the epidermis gets ruptured due to the lateral growth and it is replaced by a multi-layered dead structure to which we call cork. So definitely the outer layer of branch of a tree is different from the outer layer of a young stem. So that's all about the topic epidermis, which includes the characteristics, various modification like cuticle, stomata, root hairs and cork. So maybe next week during the revision I will send you assignment related to these topics, that is the plant tissue specifically, which we have discussed, under which we discuss about the meristematic tissue, simple permanent, complex permanent tissue and epidermis. So we have done one portion, full portion of the tissue chapter, that is plant tissue, and we are left with the topic animal tissue, which we will discuss after 1 week, because your next week will be a full revision. So that's it for today. Thank you so much. So next time we will discuss about the animal tissue. Thank you.